I seem to struggle sometimes with family worship in how much I can do based on the different stages that my children are in.
Right.
So, I try to do family worship as in I want everybody involved, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm making it too simple for my two oldest, or maybe I'm making it a little too complicated for my youngest, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense. So how do you find that balance while maintaining a unity in family worship?
Yeah. Well, you can get your older kids involved by having them read the scripture. We
Mm,
would do that. So, okay, it's your turn tonight, or why don't you read this verse, and then she reads that verse, and take turns along those lines, and then asking them questions that are appropriate to their own age, and not being uncomfortable whenever they may not know the exact answer, or they may not be able to know what to say, or have to think about it a while. That's okay. And then as we got into the catechizing our kids, we would catechize all of them, but sometimes we would let the older ones catechize the younger ones.
mm.
And the younger ones, as they get it, they always love to catechize mom and dad. And so it's okay. Now it's your turn, or now it's mom's turn or dad's turn. So you ask me the question, who made you, daddy? God made me. And they just, they love the fact that they can ask that question and we're expected to answer it. So different things along those lines. But then also our kids, several of them had a flair for dramatic type of ways of expressing themselves. So we really did. We acted out different segments of scripture that we would read. And our oldest child was very creative in this way. And so it's okay. Now we're going to, after we read this paragraph or we read this chapter, I want you to be thinking about ways that you can get your siblings involved in coming out and putting on a little presentation for mom and dad. And so, the oldest one would be thinking, okay, well, what might that look like? And they might need a little help to begin with. I mean, obviously Christmas season, great time to the nativity. I was always the donkey, in the nativity scene. So, they'd be riding on me or somebody'd be riding on me. And we'd come out and just tell the story, let them act it out and then talk about it, because there's some things they're going to forget and some things they may not get right. And some things they'll get just right. And it becomes another opportunity of teaching that way from the scripture that you've just read. But it keeps it from just being rote. But another thing that family devotion, family worship does on a regular basis as we incorporate it into the warp and woof of our lives is it trains our children for corporate worship in the church.
Mm, yeah.
You can sit still for 5 minutes. No, this is not time to go to the bathroom. This is not time to talk. It's time to listen while I read and while I pray, or while your siblings read. And we're going to pray, and everybody's going to bow their head, and you're going to close your eyes. This is what we do. And this is what we do when we go to church on the Lord's Day too. And so you just kind of build that mentality into your children where they worship is not something foreign to them. It's not something that's done beside them. It's something that actually they are incorporated into.